How about now? Good?
Definitely.
All right.
There's some echo going on.
Hello, really?
It's better. No, it's better.
Okay.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14, give to God. 13.
Oh my God, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! He's back.
I just got back.
Oh man.
Didn't even have time to brush your hair yet.
Hair is right. It's not plural.
Well, everybody, welcome to Xuanzang's Tower, and we've got an exciting Monday evening, Tuesday morning lined up for you. Seiji Arao and Dr. Ben Kramer. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Seiji and Geshe Michael.
All right. You guys can hear me well, right?
I don't want to.
Hear you like incredibly well. Your projecting is amazing. Oh, and translators and everybody who speaks to the larger audience, please try to remember to speak at a good pace for our generous and friendly interpreters.
Good pace means slow.
Yes.
Okay.
We have not yet one time had a translator complain that we were speaking too slowly.
I don't think they'll ever. All right. Should we start with the homework?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, last time we did this, we were in Kyoto, I believe. So we had only 3 paragraphs, but I did come up with some questions. Do you guys remember what? Yeah. What was the first offering in this session? And why do you think be the reason we offer this? Close.
Rain of flowers and jewels.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow.
Wow, good memory. What do you think would be the reason to offer this? These are not in the text, this is just an open-ended.
Because we are in chapter 2, which is the purification.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
They can't hear when Juan talks, so they're asking for other people.
Oh, Juan said is flowers and jewels. Yes, and there was.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? You guys should have talking about bribing teacher before confessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool,
People always
cool.
give me a nice tchotchke before they confess.
Broken stream. Okay. Then Master Shantideva bows down to the 3 jewels. Can anyone remember details about how he does it? If you would want to increase the power of your seats, how would you do that? By the time of things in the
As many atoms as there are things in the universe. Huh?
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to make it even more,
You bow down to the enlightened beings of past, present, and future.
yes. Oh, I thought it was. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I thought it was with all of our bodies from past, present, and future.
That's okay too.
Yeah. Okay. And then finally, on the 3rd verse, what 2 other teachers does Master Shantideva bows down, and why? I'll give you the why. He says that. Can you tell us the why?
To the bow giver, bow master,
Juan said to the vow master and to
and the masters of tapas, difficult practices.
not in this verse.
Okay.
The one that
The love one, I don't know.
Peachtree World News.
Bow master and
scripture teacher.
Oh, yeah, scripture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you remember why he says that he has the deepest respect for them? Because they gave him the main topic of this book and the other book was of Lojong.
Well, compassion and wisdom.
Bodhicitta
Okay,
and compassion. So
Uh-huh.
they said they gave him the basis to develop bodhicitta.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Seiji? You mean the master form of Shantideva?
Yeah, so his vow he in the last verse he says he bows down to his vow master and his scripture teacher because they gave him
Wow, master.
vow.
Val? You said Val?
Oh.
That's a bow.
Whoa.
He bows to his vow.
And we have Sanskrit vocabulary, sexy Sanskrit words. Someone remember?
Varsha is rain.
Yeah, there you go. Also, you put that sometimes can mean year, right?
Yeah, like how old are you is how many rains are you? How many monsoons have you lived through? Yeah.
Oh, meaning a year. Right. Stotra.
Praise.
Songs of praise.
Yay.
Paris.
I'd like to Paris.
And Setra. Setra.
Field.
Kshetra.
Kshetra is field.
Field, yes. As in Buddha field. Oops.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Dakshitam.
Yay.
Is there any future verses? No.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice homework.
Thank you. And this, Nick, help me. Let me see, where is it? No. Nope.
You had it right at the first. Yeah.
Is this big enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
You read, please.
Okay. 1 second. Let me pick this one. Okay. Tuknam kuna shukpai sok sangyetang zok sangyetang changchupsem tukje chenpo na namla talmo chartek ni.
Yeah, good. Cool. I don't see any changes to make. Looks okay to me. It's good to have Nick back in the same time zone so he can do our homework. Mahakaruna. Yeah. If we want to learn some so from each verse we're trying to learn Sanskrit. We're trying to learn two things really. One is Sanskrit vocabulary and one is Sanskrit grammar. Okay. And hopefully if we keep doing that, we can read Sanskrit later. The key to understanding Sanskrit vocabulary is the roots of Sanskrit. There's 800 roots. I memorized them when in my time, and if you understand the roots and if you understand how words are created, you can guess the meaning of any word pretty accurately. So Maha means what, you guys?
Big.
Big. What's an English cognate?
Mega?
Yeah, mega, magnificent.
Nature.
Huh?
Nature.
Major, nice, yeah. And then karuna. And you have to say the N with a retroflex. Say karuna. Supposedly, if there's an R in the word before the N will be retroflex. Because your tongue is already headed back towards the top of your mouth. So karuna. So the R already puts your tongue at the top of your mouth. And then you leave it there for the N. Karuna. Yeah. Karuna. Yeah. If you learn to pronounce Sanskrit really well, you can spell well. And if you don't, you never will. Okay, you can't remember all the possible combinations of letters. You have to pronounce them right. Then you can spell them. Okay, karuna. So there's a root called kal, which is to cover. L's and R's are interchangeable, basically. It's like Thai language. And I told you this story. I had a secretary in Thailand, and I had 3 gem dealers: rare gems, lear gems, and real gems. And every time she called me on the phone, she'd say, "Oh, real gems is here." I'd say, "Is that rare, real, or lear?" And she said, "Real." I said, "Real." You know, so R's and L's are pretty, technically, they're pretty interchangeable. Okay. So in Russian, krusha means a roof. And then there's the English words from kal are hall, hull, and helmet. Okay, so basically, when you have compassion for somebody, you want to protect them with your body, or you want to put a roof on. You want to cover them so they don't get hurt. So it's karuna. Karuna means to cover. What's the Tibetan? Tubje, which means Lord of Hearts. And it's part of the common Tibetan word for
Thank you.
thank you, Tubje. And they kind of change it to Tubje. So my theory is that no matter how lazy you are, you should learn to say thank you in every language. Okay, so say Tubje. Tubje. Yeah, it means big heart. Thank you, big heart. Okay. I thought you might be interested in the word for Telmajar here, which means to join your palms in, he's bowing down to all the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas of the universe. And it's Anjali. Okay. We have Anjali as this one, but it also means this one. Okay. So Anjali is doing well. She's coming back today, I think. Or
No, she canceled her flight.
Oh,
She's not feeling well.
oh, it's her birthday
Last week. It was
yesterday.
But-
Oh, 2 days ago. Anyway, if you can, send her a birthday. Thank you. Okay. All right. Who's the famous guy?
Attention.
Patanjali. Fell in Anjali. Patanjali. Patanjali.
Do you want to say something about this?
Okay, when I put notes after the Sanskrit before the Tibetan, those are just for me.
Oh.
So I don't expect you to read all these.
Okay. I didn't understand what you wanted to say.
But we can go to the Tibetan.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you read one more time? Yours are short.
Yeah. Tokmame kankor wane serapndi am shintatu daki matzel diki pam gitu tselwa ni tami.
Yeah, good. This is difficult. The Tsawa is difficult.
Yeah, I look deep in the dictionary.
It's messy, Nick. I had to check Gyaltsab J's commentary. But Tokma means beginning of all time. Tokma me means
No beginning.
beginningless time. Korwa, sansara. Serab means in this lifetime. This serab usually means lifetimes, flow of your lives. It also refers to the flow of a river. But here it means in this lifetime or in other lifetimes, okay? Then Gitu Tsawa, the last line, Gitu Tsawa means to get somebody else to do something bad for you.
Oh.
So Tsawa here means to get someone else to do it for you. He's trying to cover the possible kinds of bad deeds. And he's saying, look, it's not just the bad deeds you did that didn't involve other people. It's the ones, it also includes the ones that involve other people. And the last word here, dangni, means there's going to be more types after that. So far we have 2 types. The third line, daki matsal diki, means I did bad deeds without involving anybody else. Okay, I didn't instigate anybody else. This cell means instigate somebody else.
Oh.
Then the line means gidutsawa means, and then there were cases where I got somebody else to hurt somebody else for me. There's a famous question in the Abhidharma Kosha. If I willingly and happily paid taxes for a war, and they make guns, and a soldier on the front line shoots another person with that gun, how much karma do I collect? And it says 100%. If you pay the taxes willingly, and you don't, and then what's it mean unwillingly? It means just express yourself to your congressperson or something. Say, I don't really agree with violence. I don't want to go to jail from not paying my tax, but I don't agree that my money should be spent this way. So it's important for a Buddhist to do that. Okay, if you feel that way. Otherwise, you're connected to it karmically.
So here we switch already to from offerings to confession.
Yeah, we're now segueing into the real meaning of this chapter, second chapter, which is called the chapter on confession. And I think it would be an interesting question in your discussion period to ask, why did he go through all those other steps before he got to confession? Because it took him how many lines? I don't know what verses we're on.
6
the number one. But
28.
yeah, we're 28 verses into the second chapter, and now he's only just mentioning confession. The previous verses were mostly offering.
Yep.
So I think it's buttering up your teacher before you tell them the mistakes you made. It doesn't usually work, by the way. Okay.
Carved.
We have a word here, korwa in Tibetan. And the Sanskrit is sansara. Say sansara. Yeah, it's not Sam, okay? Before an S. It's a French nasal. Sansara. It's not samsara. Okay, so it's a nasal. It's an M or N sound nasal. It could be M, N, or N, and it's spoken out of your nasal cavity. So depending on the next letter. So the next letter is S, and you put your tongue where you would say an S, and you make a nasal sound, which happens to be an N. Okay, samsara, samsara. So to spell it as samsara is a big mistake. And everyone does that. So samsara with a dot under the M is the technical nasal sound. It's the technical mark for the nasal, but it has nothing to do with an M. And then everybody drops the dot under the M and makes it samsara. And it's completely wrong. I don't know. It's like saying, I don't know, rofa for rosa or something. I mean, it doesn't make any sense in Sanskrit. It sounds, you can't figure out what the person's trying to say, So anyway, samsara. The root there, the root is sam. If you take the root off of the word, it's sam, and it means very much. It came into English as com, C-O-M, like complete.
Yeah.
It means very much. And then sir means to flow. And sara means flow. So the Sanskrit word sansara means constant flow of the wheel. And in English we have sir, which means serum, which means a flowy liquid. And we have flow itself because oftentimes S in Sanskrit was SV, swa. swa, and then the S drops off and becomes swa and fa. So when you see an F, it can come from a V, and the V can come from an SV. So anyway, and R's and L's are interchangeable linguistically. So you got flow from serum, from sir. Okay, surge comes from that. I don't know about Seiji. Okay. So I'm gonna, it's my duty, unpleasant duty, to teach you some Sanskrit grammar. And I'm gonna, I've been sort of lazy because it's not fun, but we better do it. So here's an easy example. If you add an E at the end of a noun ending in A, so Sanskrit nouns can end in I, they can end in U, they can end in A. When it ends in like sansara, and you add an E, it means in sansara. Okay, so in English you use a preposition, in sansara, which means preposition. The word comes, the piece comes before the main word, in samsara. Then in Sanskrit you use, and then in Tibetan you use postposition. You say korwa la. You say the in after the samsara. So in Tibetan you say sansara in. In English you say in sansara. And in Sanskrit you don't add a separate particle. You just change the ending. Sansara means sansara. Sansare means sansara. Okay, so you add the postposition, or the preposition is added directly to the noun, and it means in sansara. So when you see E, it's probably going to mean in sansara. Okay, sansare, okay, means in sansara. So actually, Sanskrit is more economical. There's no extra word, and it makes it harder to learn. And it makes it, how do you think? It makes it a lot more to memorize. You have to memorize a lot, but it's more economical. Therefore, Sanskrit is called the perfect language, Sankirta. Sankirta, well made, okay, well put together. Okay, Sankirta. Okay, all right, there you go. I'm starting you on some grammar. Here we go. We're shifting to the confession. Yeah. And it's interesting to see he spent half a chapter on the offering.
Right.
You want to get somebody to read?
Lindsay, do you want to do it?
P Muk Krulpe
True.
Dak Nante
Good.
Jesu Yid Rangang Jipa
Good.
Kangipa Non Pa Deni Tong Gine
Good.
Sampa Pakpe Gon La Shak.
Nice. Timog means ignorance. Yeah. And it's specifically the ignorance in the wheel of life in the center, which means dark ignorance. Muk means fog. So dimuk. What's usual ignorance?
Ignorant liking and dismissing.
What's the Tibetan word?
Marikpa.
Marikpa. Yeah, so dimuk is an idiom, is a synonym for marikpa. Trilpa means mistake. Okay. Dark means me. Nun means to be pressed under the thumb, or pressed by ignorance. I think something's misspelled in the second line, you guys. I think.
What? Wrong? I think it's past tense.
I think Yirang is spelled without a D. Can you check word?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's spelled without a D, but this makes sense.
I looked it
So-
up like this and found it in a dictionary. I don't know if that dictionary was also wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. So rang means to be thrilled. Yirang means to rejoice about something that you did or somebody else did. Okay. So he covered bad deeds that you did without anyone asking you to. Then he covered bad deeds that other people did because you paid them or asked them to do it. And now he's just covering Yirang. Rejoicing. Yeah. So, I mean, especially like in famous people when they do something bad and, oh, you're so thrilled, you know, oh, he's in court and he's getting in trouble. I'm so happy. And being glad that someone else was stupid or hurt themselves is also a bad deed. So you can collect a bad deed from someone else's bad deeds if you have the wrong attitude about it. The attitude should be, I feel sorry. He's going to suffer a lot, you know, something like that. What did you decide about Yirang?
It's a damka.
Oh, Damka. What's Damka?
Damka means it can be spelled more than one way legally.
Yeah, legally spelled either way. Okay. It probably came from Yidrang, yeah, which means happy mind. Okay. Noba means error, but in a big mistake. It means a big mistake, like a massive mistake. Okay, Noba. Noba deni tongdini. I tonged that Noba.
Nice.
Yeah, now I finally figured out it was wrong to do it myself. It was wrong to get someone else to do it. It was wrong even to
Rejoice.
be happy that someone did it. And now I see my mistake and I shakwa. Yeah, I confess. What's the literal meaning of shak? Shak means to split wood, split open pieces of wood. It means to finally, and that's the essence of Buddhist confession, is to admit it to somebody else. Okay, that's the essence of Buddhist confession. If you just tell somebody, you know, you can have one friend in your life who you tell all your bad stuff to, you know, who's still your friend after you told them the first story. And find a friend in your life who's not going to divorce you if they find out all the bad stuff you're doing. And get in the habit of opening up to them and confessing. It's very, very karmically useful. A lot of the karma disappears when you tell anybody. You know, I was glad that we adopted a cat. I'm like, kidding. I just got mad at Brother. I said, oh, okay, Sam hugged me. Yeah, Takwa here means from the bottom of my heart. I confess it to my protector. But get in the habit. It's a very, very good habit. It's a really good habit. Tell somebody. And like half the karma is canceled, you know. So I used to always tell my teacher if I did something wrong, and I'd knock on his door and interrupt his baseball game. And then later, when I knocked on the door, he'd say, "Yeah, I know, don't come in." Okay.
Does it count?
It counts, definitely counts. Okay, next one, Seiji.
I think that's it. There were three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do this.
Wait, no.
Let's do the Sanskrit though. Yeah,
Sanskrit. Oh, the next one?
no, right there.
This one.
Yeah, so Jesu means anything that's repeated. J means afterwards. Okay. Without the S, it means Lord, like Jetsun Kapa.
Oh.
With the S, it means later. So Jesu Yirang means to keep a rejoicing in your heart. Okay. J Yirang or Yirang, same thing. Okay. The Sanskrit is Anu Modita. Say Anu.
Anu.
Modita. Not Anu. Okay, R would be a long A. Right? This is short A. Anumodita. Yeah. Modita means to be married. It comes from the word root bud. And in Russian, you have myod. Russian is closer to Sanskrit than English, much closer. So usually you can find a word in Russian. Myod in Russian means honey. Yeah, because they used to ferment it and make alcohol out of it. Before the common use of sugar, which required a tropical climate, they couldn't have sugar until they could have slave farms in the Caribbean. They couldn't grow sugar, so honey was the main sweetener for many centuries. And then you ferment it and you make beer. And then there's a honey beer in English called mead. Mead, it's the same root, okay, mead. And then Mal in Spanish, right?
Miel.
Miel.
Yeah, Mel is Portuguese though.
Oh, do you spell it like that? Miel?
You
Yeah,
put
M-E-L.
Miel, okay. And French?
same.
Same. Yeah, so it all means to get drunk, really. If you see honeybees on a good day, they're totally drunk. Okay. Moha is not too much different. Up here, he used moha for, where did he use that? Timuk, dark ignorance, right? Okay, mohata. Moha means dark ignorance. It's the timuk. And that comes from the root mukh. And it means to be crazy. And it also means it's related to words for mixing things. Okay.
Oh.
So mit is the mixing root. It's a cousin of mukh. And it can mean alternate or altercate. What's altercate? Stanley, new word. Altercate is a fancy word for a fight. Fighting, altercating, but it's rare. The people in the restaurant don't know it.
But this is also a verb to altercate?
Yeah. Mhm. It's a fancy word. They use it in a court just before they send you to jail.
Altercations is everyone in restaurants know that one.
They know altercations. Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Especially the
So it's
bouncer.
many roots with the meaning of mit, and Maitri comes from that because of the meaning of Maituna. Maituna means to embrace another person, and it's one of the 5 M's in ancient soul practice. Not nowadays, okay. But so Maitreya is connected to that. It means to love somebody, okay, to mix. It used to mean to hug somebody, okay, and then melange and mixture comes from that, okay. Okay, boring grammar, okay. You say verb conjugations, right? So what do you say for nouns? You conjugate.
Declension, declensions.
You decline nouns, you conjugate verbs in some. It just means to add an ending to give it the meaning. Okay, it's a fancy word in grammar. Okay, you decline nouns, you add things to them, and then you conjugate verbs, which means you add things to ending to make it change. Okay, so you should learn ami. Okay, I like ami because it means in French ami.
Oh, friend.
Friend. Okay, it's not here, but when you have
amigo, yeah.
What?
Amigo in Spanish.
Oh, amigo, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have ami, when you see ami at the end of a word, it means I do something. It's the first person singular. You know, I do. In English, you say I do go, or I do buy the thing, or something like that. In Sanskrit, you have to say bayami, goami, salami. So when you add ami to the end of the word, when you see it in a verse, ami at the end of the word, it means I'm doing something.
Ah.
What was the one here in this verse?
妈妈今天不出去，我到机场去接你。
No, no, that's not correct.
Desayami.
Yeah, deshayami.
Desayami.
Desh means to see. Okay, dish means to see, and here is connected to the root to see. So
Oh.
deshayami means what?
Now that I see.
I see my mistake.
Yeah, right.
I see my mistake. So when you see ami, it means I'm doing something. Okay, at the end of the word. Okay, and then you go look at the root and it's dish.
I guess in the Tibetan, they don't need to translate like that so literally and put dakgi because it's just so
Yeah.
implied.
And I'll tell you something about Tibetan is it should not be a language of Buddhism. It should not be a philosophical language. It is too primitive. It's a primitive language. It doesn't have declensions. It doesn't have conjugations. It's very, very, very stripped down to almost nothing. And somehow it's extremely good for philosophy. I don't know why. Sanskrit is much more precise, but somehow the Tibetan works better. Okay, I don't know why, but it's a mystery. And by the way, I studied many languages. I don't think Tibetan is related to any other language. And, there's a rumor that it dropped out of the sky. And it's very possible. Something weird happened. It's not related to anything. There are loan words from Chinese language, for example, like kwatse.
Oh,
We say kwatse. In Tibetan, kwatse. You see, there are loan words. There are borrowed words, but they're not. Seto. Seto. Yeah, self-cooking mostly.
Changyol.
But it's an unusual language. It's a very strange language. And it makes it extremely easy to learn. So it's much, much easier to learn than Sanskrit. And as I would say, Sanskrit, I did it for 12 years. I still don't know it very well. It takes many years. And then there's many periods of Sanskrit. If you can read Shantideva, you can't read Nagarjuna. You can't read the Vedas, especially not the Vedas, 5,000 years old. So it's extremely difficult. And 99% of the Buddhist books in Sanskrit were destroyed. So it's good to know some Sanskrit, I think, so you can check something you're not sure about. But to spend 12 years at it full time or something, I think it's not worth the time. But you should know some. You should know some of it. I think we finished on that. Yeah, so Ami. Oh, really, Nancy? You want to read again?
No, wait.
Wait.
No.
I'll probably need to do that again.
That was a mistake. I put it twice.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
last one.
Okay.
Cool.
So can I go to my version?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get this back here. I'm gonna do the cursing thing.
I think you need to share your screen also.
Do I?
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. That was fun to do it from my mom's house.
Yeah, that's
This one, I want to go directly to you. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Come on, honey bunny. Oh, that's the wrong text. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, I'm expanding the wrong one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
30. Yeah, that one.
okay, Lindsay, one more.
Saki Konchuk Sumtani Halam Lama Shanchakla Yonmog So Nelu Shaktam Yidhi Nujigang Laktam.
Yeah, Seiji, Doc,
Me.
Concho.
3 joules for
Yeah, Concho soon.
the 3.
Here's the difficult one. Hama,
Mama,
Lama, teacher, and other people. Shandak means and also other people. So he starts with heavy karmic objects, 3 joules, my parents, my teacher, and other people. I got nyomos. Yeah, gone means due to that, I made mistakes of lu, ngok, and yi. Yeah, body, speech, and mind. No means I harm people. Gi is an old word for chipa. I did. I did it. Okay. Konglok means whatever there may be. Kong means what? Konglok means whatever there may be. That's the law in Geshe law, by the way. Geshe law. Whatever there may be. Okay. When you say Geshe law, it means, oh, your isness or something like that. Big guy. Okay. So why Seiji does he say Konglok? For
I did a lot of
$100.
a lot of mistakes of body, speech, and mind.
$100.
What's the question?
Why did he say Konglok here? Konglok means whatever there may be.
To
Yeah.
cover all of them.
Because you cannot, all of them. You cannot, right.
Wait, Seiji finally got it. So sorry, you guys.
You cannot remember.
Yeah, you know, like whatever there may be in my karmic pocket. Okay, like I can't even. You don't know 1% of it. You know, the 99% of all the mistakes you made, you don't even know. Okay, it's kind of depressing. Okay, now the important word here is guru. Okay, and that comes from a root guru, and that came into English as gravity. Okay, and it means a heavy. In English, we say he's a heavy. It means he's a heavy karmically person. He's a heavy karmically. Your parents are heavy. Your teachers especially heavy. Lama, which means high one, is a translation of guru, which means heavy one. You know, and karmically heavy. Anything good, anything bad you do is very heavy karma. Okay, so and the opposite is lagu. Say lagu. And that means light. And that's why light in English is spelled with a GH.
Oh.
Okay. Meaning not heavy. Okay. All right. Pretty Ratna, you guys.
3 joules.
Yeah, the 3 joules. Ratna comes from a root Ra, which means to make a gift to somebody. So Ratna means something valuable, like a precious jewel or something like that. Something that's a valuable gift. So the emphasis of Ratna is a valuable gift. Okay. Why they chose it for the Buddhist Dharma Sangha, I don't know. Because it's not, you know, it's not that common. And why they chose jewel, I don't know where that started, but 3 jewels. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think you should thank you, Lindsay. Make Christina Casca read the Sanskrit.
All right. Okay, let's go. Christina, you there?
Yes, okay. Thank you. Aneka.
Slow and correct.
Okay, I'll try. Aneka dosha.
Good, very good.
dushtena maya papena nayaka yatkirtam darunam papam tat sarvam deshayam yaham.
Nice. Okay. Yepa means what, you guys? Dosha.
Bad, bad deed.
It means fault
Fault.
or
Yeah.
problem. Yepa. Okay. And we'll talk about it. Duma is the opposite of chick. Of beauty.
Numerous.
You have. I got some juice here. Okay. Yeah, Duma means many. Tume means instrumental by many. Kinmendu. What's Kinmendu?
Problem also. No problem.
Yeah, very useful in colloquial Tibetan. Kinmendu, you gotta wave your head. The car is smoking and the driver says, Kinmendu. And then you're there for 6 hours on the side road. Chak means became a problem. Kin chakpa, okay. Then he calls Doc Dikchen.
What? Oh, I'm me, the guy with bad deeds.
Yeah, me, the guy with bad deeds. Okay, Dikchen. What? Okay, $100. The people are waking up. What's Dikpa? Dikpa means bad deeds. But what's the literal meaning of Dikpa?
Point at someone who's
Pointing your
doing bad stuff.
finger.
Huh?
The point at someone who's doing bad stuff by a good person.
Oh, okay, I'll give you
This one.
Scorpion.
standing one like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to Word just because it's got a lot of kids. Okay, Dikpa. But what's an insect that's very interesting?
Scorpion.
Yeah, scorpion is called Digbaranya.
Oh.
Because they are pointing their finger at you.
Oh.
Okay, Digbaranya. Threatener, the threatener, Digbaranya. Okay, Dikchen. Who's the Dikchen here?
Me.
Doc, yeah, me. Me, the one who's made so many bad karmas. The bad karmas I did, Shinto Mise. Say is a difficult word because it can mean unstoppable, and it can also mean unbearable. Okay, it's a difficult word. You have to kind of check it out in the context. Okay. He's describing here as bad deeds. Which one? Probably both. Okay. Me say. Okay. Unstoppable. Hamjay, all of those bad deeds. What's Dhamma? Dhamma Lama is Sangye Rinpoche, Khyalpa Lama Danyo, Dhamma Lama, the leader. And then in the art of interpretation, there's a tense of this verb, change. So chang is a tense of the verb den, and it means to pull the meaning out. The meaning is not apparent. You have to deduce it. And that's called the Buddhist speech, kill your father, kill your mother. You better tongue it. Right? You better pull out another meaning. Okay. Den. Den means pull. And here it refers to a guide or a person who pulls you after them. And that means the Buddha. Okay. The Buddha. Okay, cool. I wanted you to learn the word dosha. Say dosha. With the top of your tongue on your mouth. Dosha. Dosha. Yeah. If you talk with your tongue on the top of your mouth, you will automatically talk like an Indian. Okay. Dosha. The root is douche. That's Nick. That's where the bad comes from.
Thought it came from New York.
It came from New York. There's a bad English word, which I shouldn't teach shopping. Okay. Anyway, the DUS root, dis, came into English, very common, dysfunctional, disorganized. And by the way, dukkha, the Sanskrit word for suffering. Yeah, before, in certain circumstances, before KH, the S has to change to H with heavy breathing. Dukkha, dukkha. Yeah. And Tibetans commonly confuse the letters. They'll put the H in the ancient books, they'll mess it up. Okay. It came a lot in Seiji's book. There's one Sanskrit word in Seiji's book that they keep repeating in the Tibetan, and it was dukkha, and they misspelled it every time. Okay. Okay. Dukkha. Okay. So if you're interested in Tibetan medicine, the three basic characteristics of your physical body are called doshas. For $100, why?
Because they're messed up and they break down.
Because they're never in balance.
50 for Gyaltse, 50 for word. Okay?
Yay.
250. Yeah, it's interesting when they say in Ayurveda medicine, in Sanskrit medicine, Indian medicine, they don't say humor. The ancient word in English is humor, the three humors of your body, three characteristics of your body. In Sanskrit, they call them the three mistakes or the three problems, because their natural condition is to be out of balance. Okay, illness is natural. Wellness is a mistake. Wellness is, wellness is, what do you call that? Temporary. Wellness is when you drop playing cards on the table and one lands on its edge and stays there. Okay, that's wellness. That's a human being who's really physically healthy is an extraordinary mistake, extraordinary accident, and illness is the normal state. Okay, it's not normal for 84,000 pieces of a machine to be running in perfect harmony. It doesn't happen. It's just temporary. So use it while you have it, because you will lose it. Things will go back to normal. Okay. So dosha. The three doshas are vata, say vata, pitta, kapha. Yeah. Vata means the wind, the element of wind in your body. If there's too much wind in your body, you get pneumonia, for example, in Tibetan medicine and Indian medicine. Okay. Pitta is bile, which is connected with your kidney, I guess. But it's like acidic. When you ate too much and you burp, bad taste, that's acidic. And then kapha, which is also phlegm, which means too much water in the body. So it's basically wind, caustic liquid, and then viscous liquid in the body. Okay,
Just kapha, not kapha.
There's no F sound in Sanskrit.
Oh.
They don't have an F. Okay, neither does Tibetan, except with. Okay. By the way, in modern times, they make a pa and they add a little mark on it, and it means pronounce this as fa, but it's not traditional. Okay, here's some grammar declension, or conjugation, forming of a verb. If you want to make past tense, oftentimes you will add ta. Okay, it's like what in English? Ed. In English, used to be T, like burnt, something like that. So a T sound at the end of the verb often means past tense. Kur means to do. Kurta means done. Okay. How do you say well done?
Sanskrita.
Sanskrita.
Sanskrita. the name for Sanskrit in Sanskrit is the well-formed language, the well-done language. Sang means excellent. Karta means done. And legally in Sanskrit, you have to add an S between an and a K. So it was Sankirta, and it became Sanskrita. And then the British came and said Sanskrit. And people still say that. But it means the well-formed language, well done language. Good. All right. Okay, so we have a nice thing going on. Aisha, Mrs. Anatole, or maybe Anatole is Mr. Aisha. But she has no background, no college training in Sanskrit, but she, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, she said she would try to help us with our finding Sanskrit manuscripts. And she started 8 or 9 years ago. Every time I need a Sanskrit manuscript, I call her. I text her and I say, I need this book. And she's extremely talented at finding books around the world. She will contact every library that has Sanskrit books around the world, hundreds of libraries, and she will find it. And now she's gotten really, really good at it. And she's, the best in the world probably at finding a Sanskrit manuscript. She found 2 this week for me. She's amazing. So anyway, one of her skills is that she's so good at working with other people. She's so friendly to other people. So she just makes friends with all these very snobby Sanskrit scholars, including me. No, and they love her. Everyone's her friend, So she'll say, where can I get the best copy of the Bodhisattva Avatar? And she's got this couple, a man and woman Sanskritist in Colorado, who are extremely talented and very curious. And she will say, find me the best Bodhisattva Avatar. And they will search the world for her. And they came up with, they spend all day, every day, making the best Bodhisattva Avatar they can for her. They're on the 7th, they just finished the 7th chapter. They've been doing it for 4 or 5 years. And so they said for verse 32, there's 2 good verses, and we can't decide which one's better. So I put both of them here. I'll have to choose one later. But in the ancient manuscripts, there's 2 different versions of this verse. And you can see how the differences look. Again, Sanskrit was not carved. Sanskrit was written by illiterate scholars. Okay, scholars didn't write, they didn't sit there writing books by hand. Okay, there was illiterate, poorly paid people who were the Xerox machines, the copy machines, and they made a lot of mistakes. Okay, when the Tibetans started carving things, it was a big blessing because they got it right. One person got it right. One Geshe would check it, and then they would carve it, and then nobody else could mess it up. So basically, the mistake rate in Tibetan is very, very low. Okay. So anyway, here we go. Seiji, who do you want to read?
Let's see, who do we have on Seiji? Roxana.
Thanks.
Dakni dikpa ma changwar nyontu gumpar gur tu chitar dile ne tarwar nyurwe sulki kyaptusol.
Excellent. Really good. You guys don't hurt my ears as much as when I taught people to read Tibetan. And we only have a few minutes, and then we're gonna have by the way, we're gonna have a 15-minute conversation. How can you use today's material in your real life? Okay. Seiji's gonna lead it. I'm gonna eat popcorn. Doc means what? Me. Dikpa, bad deed. Okay. Chang means to purify. Changchu means Buddhahood or pure enlightenment. Okay. So if I don't chang my dikpa, if I cannot purify my mistake by confessing it properly, what will happen if I gum first? Okay.
Die?
Yeah.
$100 for Cancun. Not a Mexican.
Vajrayogini is posing.
Yeah, good. Cancun is famous for Vajrayogini's stance. Her, what's it? Yeah, one leg is Kyang, extended out. Then one leg is Kun, which means bent. Okay, so Kun means bent, but by extension, it means to die, to dry up, to shrivel, to shrink, gum. And so if I wait to tell my friend that I made a mistake, if I wait until Thursday and I die on Wednesday, okay, that's the second line. The second line is, I was going to purify my mistake. I was gonna tell my friend, but I delayed, and then suddenly I goom. Okay, suddenly I died. By the way, I have never seen this word anywhere else. This particular spelling, so don't worry about it. So I should tarpa from that dikpa. What's tarpa? Moksha.
Free myself.
I should free myself. Okay, definitely. Ngepa means definitely. I should act fast whenever I make a mistake. I think it's fun to make a mistake and then call your Lama. You know, in 2 minutes or something. You know, that's efficient. Okay, now you have cell phone, you can do it. You know, you say, okay, Rinpoche, 2 minutes ago, I yelled at somebody. Okay. It's really a fun practice if you get into it. You know, I'd be at work in New York. I call Rinpoche. I just yelled at one of my people. I said, okay, don't do that. Goodbye. There's a baseball game. So I should confess Nyurwa.
Quickly.
Okay. And that is an act of Kyapsuchi.
Refuge.
Yeah, you want to take refuge. You want to take refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. Buddha Sharanam Gacchami. You want to take refuge? Tell them your mistakes. That's real refuge. Why?
Prevents you from.
It protects you. It protects you. Okay. It protects you. You want real protection? It's not a statue. Real protection is telling your teacher or your friend the mistakes you make immediately, because you might die in between. Okay, don't wait. Don't delay. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna relax, and I've been going pretty hard the last few weeks, months, years, and we're gonna. I'm gonna do that one. Seiji's gonna lead a conversation.
Okay.
What's the date today?
4/29.
29th.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Geshe.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to Ben's book, actually. It's extremely interesting to me. If you have to use the banyo, feel free.
All right.
Hey,
Okay, so how to use this in our daily life? Oh, I will not unmute myself. Well, I think for me,
Stop the share.
oh, yes.
yeah.
Here, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think the main thing about this
Okay.
is confession.
Probably we want my camera on for the picture.
Just want to turn his camera on. Anyone else can. Okay. So I think one of the main things that came up again and again in this chapter was confession. Because it well, I don't know. I would think that because it implies that you want to stop doing it, right? Anyone else has any other applications for real life?
You could do an advertisement for the Good Night Book Club.
Speaking of, that reminds me of a cool project started by Lindsay, who is not here. She went somewhere. And so she's supporting the effort of the mixed nuts, the Xuanzang's tower. And the whole thing. Oh, Lindsay, you want to come and talk a little bit about
You might talk about the Good Night Book Club.
Oh, yeah.
How does it relate to today's class?
I would go to today's class.
We're talking about confession and a mixture between offering and then offering first and then confessing after.
Or telling your friends about your mistakes or something like that. I don't know. Maybe if you go to bed, you won't make a mistake.
Yeah, the main thing that comes to mind is that it's easier to not make mistakes and to confess when you're in the mood, like when you're not still like angry. And that's actually what class really helped me with today is like, I honestly got really angry at someone earlier today and it was like bad. And then I came here and we're like talking about confession and I was like, but I think that reading these books can do a similar thing as what class did to me, is just put you in remind you of certain things like you're gonna die, don't know when, and that you might just kind of soften up and be more open to confession and all of that. Yeah. So.
Also offering. I mean, I think everybody that is donating to Mixed Nuts is helping these books and the translators in it to be able to do it, basically.
Especially those with 3 kids.
And if you're
Geshe said, especially those with 3 kids.
And if you're well slept, you're less likely to
Have something to confess about.
That's good antidote.
So if you put your computer away at 10 o'clock and get a good night's sleep, then you can break that habit and tendency to get upset at things.
So Geshe, for those of you who didn't hear, Geshe said, by having a good sleep, you can eliminate the possibilities to commit these bad deeds. In a nutshell, right? More or less.
Yeah. And then Rob said about an anecdote. Is it like so like the opposite to like kind of counteract? Yeah. So like by doing that practice, by reading one of these books and the good night's sleep and everything, it could act as an antidote as well, like confession. Yeah, thank you.
And I think we can also add a little bit of 4 steps in the sense that to confess, you need someone else. So it kind of involves having a partner that you help each other in your mistakes, I guess.
Yeah.
Today, that's something super, super useful. I think maybe one of the most useful things in your practice, to have someone to help you.
Confession's like #1 fan. It works.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else online has any ideas? Let me see. Cleaning mistakes. I want to take that. Oh, Ukula was saying here, Vena Ukula, you want to take refuge, tell them there's a mistake. Why? Because it protects you. If you want real protection, it's not a statue. Huh? Oh, right. Real protectionist, it's all your.
Mike has his.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh.
I wanted to take a stab at this. I thought it was interesting how we were talking about earlier about like the taxes, and if you don't agree with like your money being used to buy guns to kill people, that like as a Buddhist, we should send in some sort of note to the government saying like, look, this isn't what I'm intending my money to do. And whether or not that has any effect on where the money actually goes doesn't matter, because the seed that we're planting in our own mind is that our money is not going towards these purposes. So therefore, our conscience can be clean, and we don't have to have the seed of, our money is going towards war because we took care of that. So it doesn't matter whether we're thinking about donating money, whether we're making the guns, or whether we're actually killing people. Like, it matters what is going on in our own mind. So it's like, it doesn't matter. And then tying that into life, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's my, if I'm doing something to somebody, I'm saying something to somebody, or I'm thinking about, if I'm thinking about punching someone in the face, that's like as bad as punching them in the face. You know what I mean? So, and then book club, you could say whatever you're planning before you go to sleep. It doesn't matter if I'm watching abrasive TikToks or if I'm putting myself in abrasive situations. It's all what's being stored in the mind, and what's being recorded by our own consciousness. Thanks.
Cool.
I just wanted to jump in to say that when I pay my taxes, I think very carefully, like the money that I'm paying in taxes goes for schools and hospitals and roads that people can easily travel on. And, like all the sorts of positive things that society does to help other beings. And,
Right.
and definitely not war and poison and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Yeah, I think uniting the two is like, if you pay taxes happily and at the same time send that, express your intention not to do it, that's the best of both, right? Yeah, I can see how, for us, for example, because of that, we were able to have Micro here. So yes, definitely a good thing to have. Alex, thank you, Venerable Partner.
Hey, thanks. Thank you for the class. Beautiful. I was remembering a poem I wrote in my 30. You cannot hear me?
A little. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Yeah. Let me check. Yeah. Now better?
Yeah, good.
Okay. I was remembering a poem I wrote in my 30-day silent retreat. And it comes from a teaching that Stanley taught. And it was like, I'm sorry for the metaphor, but it was a bag of poop. And so my poem was about like,
I was teaching about poop.
like lie, like when you lie or you hide your mistakes, if it's you take like a bag of poop and you put it in your closet, and it will start growing and growing, and then it will explode. It will explode and it will like make everything dirty. And if you take your lies or your mistakes and you put it out there, you tell your teacher your mistakes, then it's like fertilizer for your flowers. It will make your life better. So that's my poem about the bag of poop.
Thank you. So, I like it. So, yeah, actually, that's a very cool metaphor.
That was Stanley stuff.
Yeah.
Some Chinese thing and don't hide your food in it.
Oh yeah, it's Master Xuanzang's disciple.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, it's another one. Who's famous for Abhidhamma? Another.
So Sun is saying that it was actually one of Xuanzang's students.
Yeah. Who lives in Xuanzang Tower?
Oh, they're living in the tower in Xuanzang's tower.
The Eastern Xuanzang Tower.
Cool. All right, I think we're good. 5:14. We start with page
You're
3.
gonna have to have this conversation.
True, very true.
Where's Mr. Juan? Hey.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Geshe, for teaching us.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So three more verses. I think.
Yep, 3 more verses. Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
If you
Welcome
guys
back.
mind, put yourself on.
No, I think it's good. It has a good camera.
Yeah, camera's good.
It's okay. This one's good. This is just how a guideline. So yeah, today we have a few very cool people in the room.
A few?
Many. All of them are very cool. But what I mean is like some of them are not always here, but today they are. And we will have a special talks today. First, just a quick review of what's happening, some of the events that are happening in the Worldview Network. And first, well, Gina, thank you so much. She's going to be helping us with the pictures today. It's great. Last time I tried myself, it's a little challenging. It's possible, but it's great to have you here helping us with the pictures. So first, we want to show you this picture because although we have been showing it, we realized the QR code was not ready yet, but now the QR code is ready. So now you can really pre-register. So if you are interested in doing it, now's your chance. Take your phone, take the QR code. It will take you to the pre-registration so you can save a spot for October event. Now QR code is proofreading, something like that. Proofread. Yes, great. So go for it. Okay, next event, we want to inform you that the Heart Sutra retreat that Teacher Sarani and David are organizing, it's about to finish the early bird prize. So you still have one more day if you want to register for that. It finished tomorrow. You're still going to get a good price if you go for it today or tomorrow, but no longer than that. It's going to be in Barcelona, Spain. I have heard beautiful things about Barcelona. Never been there myself, but many friends have talked about it. I think it's very wonderful. You can check it out. Next picture, please. Yeah, and the Met Gala in New York is also happening very soon. Some of our friends are gonna go and they're gonna have a great time. Maybe later I talk to them and see if they can record some cool content and we can share with you later. But if you have a chance, there is a QR code. You still can register to go, to get a ticket May the 2nd, very soon. And next picture, please. We want to keep inviting you to this event that Tim Lowen with 2 more teachers. Yeah, Jan Xuan and Kelly Tang are going to be teaching in Japan in June. You know, Japan is exploding these days. So many activities, so many cool things happening. It's, exploding in the good way, in the sense of like good things happening, growing exponentially. And this is one of the very cool events you have the chance to attend if you want to study the ancient wisdom courses. You can do it this June. And there is also some other events happening in June in Japan, which is great teacher John Brady teaching also about the Heart Sutra. You can register there if you want. QR code, you can either go there or do it online. Also, there is another event happening organized by YSI Prema. Yes, and Benji and Earl are going to be teaching along with the organizers, Mei Chang and Lisa Lee. They are going to be producing this event June 9th to June 13th in Japan. And also, of course, December with Geshe Michael Roach, Steps on the Path Retreat. So now you have the full itinerary of what's happening in Japan this year. Maybe some other things come up later, but for now, this is what we have. You can start making your plans and make it to Japan in time. And now, speaking of wisdom in Asia, we have a very special guest who wants to share with us today a very cool project. I'm really impressed about what you're doing, and I would like to invite Stanley, yes, Kelly, and Sean Peng to talk about it. In the meantime, maybe just before, should we show the video first?
Yeah.
Okay, we show the video while they come up here with us. Gina, could you help us with the video? And yeah, please come.
这是个纷繁复杂的时代，也是充满困惑的时代。人们渴求关于生命的指引，而灯塔又在何方？敦煌莫高窟，一位千年智者，他曾是丝绸之路上的明珠，四大文明的交汇点。藏经洞内近6万件文献典籍，诉说着丰富的人类智慧与精神文明。敦煌文献及其现代意义这个项目，将致力于让浩如烟海的敦煌文献走出象牙塔，走出尘封的历史，走进现代生活，走进人们的心中。敦煌项目将开展翻译研究工作，精心挑选最具价值的敦煌读本，进行现代意义的教学研发，让深深的古老智慧融入当下生活，为人们提供创造幸福与成功的答案。与此同时，建设数字化保护机制，提供精准便捷的学术研究工具，培养专业人才，开展中西文化交流活动，让中国敦煌学研究在世界舞台上做出新的贡献。我们希望延续开放包容的丝路精神，让敦煌文献绽放新的价值与辉煌。这是一条全新开辟的道路，我们都是筑路者，我们也是守护人。只要点亮星星之火，终将串起星汉灿烂。
So wow, it's a wonderful video, but I bet the project is even more wonderful.
Okay.
So could you please share with us a little bit of what's happening? What's your plan? Where are you going?
Okay. I can start with some news that just happened in Diamond Mountain 2 weeks ago. And then maybe my colleagues, Janpeng and Kelly, well, this is their last day visiting Sedona.
It's good that we are doing it today.
Yeah, I want to check them. So they can talk about more, whatever they want to talk about. In Diamond Mountain, when we just did our Lamrim retreat, we were talking about Diamond Mountain. And then we were, we were in the valley, and then there are so many different mountains there, right? And then suddenly we had this idea that, well, maybe because they look very similar, the Dunhuang desert and the caves where people put all the ancient books for the last 1,000 years. They look exactly like the hills in Diamond Mountain. And then we thought, well, since they look so familiar, and then we want to share this Dunhuang beauty, the wisdom with the rest of the world, particularly to the West. It's not very well known in the West, but they like the books. Many of them borrow the books, and they like it. So we thought, okay, we can duplicate a Dunhuang cave there.
Okay,
in the mountains of in Diamond Mountain, and then we can put the beautiful Dunhuang wall painting inside the cave where people can meditate. It's actually a retreat cabin. Yeah, so that's the newest thing.
That's wonderful. So it's like a natural meditation chamber.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
And Geshe already picked the spot in Diamond Mountain.
Wow, we will have to talk about that soon.
Yeah,
that's very, very cool. And what would you like to share?
Let me show one picture, and then they can. I just want to show this one. Maybe they can see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your left or right? On your left is the Diamond Mountain. On your right is Dunhuang Cave.
It's the other way around. The left is Dongguan, the right is mountain.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So they look really similar, and they all have beautiful sky also with all the stars in the evening. Yep, that's my news.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what are you helping with? Is he treating you well in Sedona? Feeding you well? Tell us a little bit about your activities these days here.
Okay, and just first share some feedback because few days we just finished the meeting about the Dunhuang and in
Rimrock.
Rimrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw the 2 layers for the rainbow, just like the bridge. Yeah,
Double rainbow. We saw
double rainbow. It's for the good signage for us, just like the bridge, just connect to the east and the west. Yes, so I think the project is a gift to the world. Yes, thank you everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And what can you say?
Xuanzang.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn the name. You know. Yeah.
Wow. I'm very hello. I'm very like I love the sky, but first day in Diamond Mountain, I see the sky. Wow. Oh, the sky is the star. I asked Stanley, can I see tomorrow? Stanley says, yes. Wow, it's so amazing. So Dunhuang, like the many stars in the world, can give the world many amazing things. Wow, so I'm happy in the Dunhuang project. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very welcome. So it's great to have had the chance to have you this time because you're leaving tomorrow, as I just hear.
Yeah.
But it will be cool if soon, sometime when there's more progress, we get together again and you share with us the ongoings.
Yeah.
We can show this. Yeah, the double rainbow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
During their meeting.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good signage for us.
We do believe this is a good project to connect the people from the east and the west. We all like these beautiful arts and beautiful wisdom.
Yeah.
And we all have deserts. We have a nickname for this project, which is Twin Desert.
Twin?
Yeah, Twin Desert. Yeah, one desert in the Gobi Desert and the desert in Sonora. Sonora Desert. Yeah.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for doing this, all of you. I think it's really helping the world and to preserve this ancient wisdom. And it looks so exciting. I just hearing you like with this idea of how to say decorating or creating these caves. It really makes me excited. Like, wow, it's something like for sure many people are gonna enjoy, and I think it's gonna attract a lot of people to get closer to these teachings.
Oh, one good news is one special team in Asia already committed $100,000.
Wow,
this cave. We need 300.
Wonderful. So you already have 1/3.
1/3, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So we wish you best luck, and we wish to keep talking with you about this project. So thank you very much. Yeah. And best wishes. Yeah. And finally, we also have a very good news that Rosa Van Grieken and Lindsay are gonna tell us. It's a very exciting thing that finally is happening. So yeah, welcome. Come please and sit here and tell us what's the news.
Hi, Warren.
Hello, Lindsay.
Hey. So we have the valise bags for the Good Night Book Club.
Finally, the valise are ready.
Yeah, so I want to show you
amazing. Wow.
Cool. So in partnership with GMR Luxury brand, we have valise bags, and also each one comes with a really cool time lock. The most important.
Yeah, that's great.
And so anyone subscribed to the Goodnight Book Club at the $30 USD a month or above will get one of these, and we'll be sending them to you soon. If you'd like to subscribe, they're going to show the QR link, but again, it's the same practice we were talking about a little bit earlier of putting away your electronics at night, reading one of these beautiful books, and to sleep. Yeah, and just getting a good night's rest. and then waking up and even meditating about what you read. And so, yeah.
So that's wonderful. So they are finally ready. And you were saying that one way they can get it is if they subscribe to the book reading club.
Yes.
Good night.
Yes.
Book
Yeah.
club. I never get it right. Okay. And there is another way to get them, right?
Rosa?
Yes. So if you don't, if you subscribe, you should subscribe and get the bag. But if you want to get more bags, you can actually buy them directly through GMR Luxury. And so that's the QR code where you can get it directly, and it comes in 2 different colors.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we're very, very happy. I personally use it a lot. I use it as my computer holder and as my, night guard. And it works really well. Yeah. Do you want to share the video?
Yeah, we have a special video for people to check how Rosa, a professional, do it. So yeah, let's check it out. Wonderful. Yeah.
In the meantime.
Yeah. In the meantime, yeah. I think that's it. We have the video and also the QR code for people to either you can buy this by itself with no subscribing to the book night club, or you can subscribe and enjoy all the benefits. But yeah, hopefully we can look at the video. It's on the Google Drive that I've been talking about a lot. Let's see.
Or maybe we can.
Can we see the other?
Yeah, so we comes in 2 colors. It comes in black and it also comes in cream. And they're pretty handy. They fix it is designed to fit the biggest computer, so up to 16-inch computer. And inside it has great pockets where you can just store all of your devices very securely and won't be scratching, each other. And so yeah, it works pretty well. We're very happy with it, and we hope that you guys can enjoy them as well.
Yeah. And my one cool thing too, and this is in the video, but this also works as an alarm clock, because that was my concern about, I can't put my phone away for them because I need it for my alarm clock. But this lock can be set up to be your alarm clock, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
You also got the free bag.
Oh
yeah.
You get a canvas bag to hold it all.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So let's just check. Do we have a video or not? If we don't, then we will keep showing it the next days. If we do, we still have a chance.
Then Kramer asks if it comes with bolt cutters.
Does it come with bolt cutters? Those need to be purchased separately from your local hardware store.
Okay.
Oh yeah, video.
Even phone goes there.
Everything.
Tablets.
You put everything in there.
Controls.
Yes, it's vegan leather. Yeah.
So you put all the electronics in the bag, in the valise, and then the valise goes inside the bag.
Well, yeah. You can actually physically.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You can go with
Thank you. So we'll keep showing you the QR codes in the next few episodes, so you can get it if you want, but it's wonderful that it's ready. Thank you so much for your work. And let's welcome Geshe Michael Roach for next class with Ben Kramer.